Yo, what up, world? 502 King Paul coming to you out with another video, man. So, the idea from this video comes from a comment that I saw on one of my videos I posted about the wild and crazy dreams that you have after you stop smoking weed. Now, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again for this video. When I was heavily using marijuana, I did not have any dreams, at least not any dreams that I could remember. So when I stopped smoking weed, I started having really vivid, really wild, just crazy, very emotionally charged dreams. And one thing that I did, I made a habit of writing down in a journal all of my dreams as soon as I woke up, what it was that happened. And I'm telling y'all, man, some of these dreams I would wake up from in just tears. Some of these dreams I would wake up in sweats because they were so real. They were so emotionally charged and just dramatic that I was really just scared to go to sleep some nights, man. I really was, just being honest with you. And the comment that I saw on one of the videos I posted about these dreams was that if you're having these dreams, then you have not fully healed. This really got me thinking, man, that a lot of my marijuana use, and I can look back on it now that I've been sober, a lot of my marijuana use was me medicating but not healing myself. For example, if you have a cold, you take cold medicine and it medicates your symptoms, but it's not healing your cold. Your body's natural immune system is what heals that cold over time. And the medication is just there to help kill out the symptoms that you're going through, kill out the symptoms that you're experiencing, you know, the runny nose, the coughing, the sneezing, whatever. But the disease itself, the illness itself is still there. And it's the same way with marijuana, man. I use this and we use this as a form of medication, but it's truly not fixing what the underlying issue is. And I realized this as I started to have my dreams, that there were a lot of things that I was just repressing that I really didn't want to think about. A lot of things that I was repressing that I really just try to push to the back of my head, not deal with it. And when I would come down, these things, these thoughts would come back to mind. So I'm immediately trying to get high again. I'm immediately having this anxiety because I'm starting to realize that, you know, I was using this as a way not to deal with what it was that was actually going on in my life. Now, for some of y'all, I'm just a guy on YouTube that speaks on things that, you know, you have interest in. But I want to put this out into perspective, man. The dreams I would have would be of very just crazy situations happening in my life. The dreams I would have would be of someone killing me, shooting at me when I had my children with me, someone breaking into my house. All of these things that I didn't realize that I had a fear of, man. I really had a fear of it because there were a lot of things that I did in my youth that I really tried to repress those memories, things I'm not proud of. But again, to put this into perspective, man, I'm not just some guy that has lived, you know, a regular life without any kind of trauma. There was a lot of trauma that I was dealing with, man. At the age of 11, I heard shots behind my house, and I looked out the window, and there was a body laying there behind my house. That was a very traumatic moment for an 11-year-old child to see. It really did, and I didn't realize its effect on me until later on in life. By the age of 13, I was carrying a gun around with me every day. Just a little .22 I bought off the streets. I think I may have only had like 3 bullets or something like that. Didn't really know how to use it. I can remember this gun like it was yesterday. But I started to carry this around with me, man. Even from childhood and elementary school going on up, man, there were a lot of things that I went through that were just very traumatizing to me. I was kicked out of daycares. I was kicked out of elementary schools for fighting. A lot of troubled times during that time period. I went to 3 different middle schools in my life. You only have 3 grades in middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And I got kicked out of one school, went to another school. Kicked out of one school, went to another school. And the last school that I went to, that was around the age of, I want to say 12, 13. That's when I really started to realize how wild the streets were. And that's actually what prompted me to start carrying a gun at that point in my life, because of the school I was going to, man. It was a very rough school. At the time, it was Southern Middle School. If you're from Louisville or Kentucky, you're familiar with Southern. It was a school that was segregated, all boys in one class, all girls in one class. Literally, the only time that you would see someone of the opposite gender was when you went to breakfast. We even had separate lunches. The breakfast and the bus would be the only times that you saw a woman if you were a young man, and vice versa. The only time that you would see a young man if you were a woman is if you were going to breakfast or getting on a school bus. But this school was so rough, man. It was basically like a little junior penitentiary. A lot of gang activity. The first time that I saw guns in a school environment. And, I can admit at this point in my life, man, looking back, I was very scared. I was very scared for my own safety. I had never been inside these kind of situations. I believe now Southern Middle School is called Olmsted, and they've made it an all-boys school. And there's another school called Iroquois Middle that they made into the all-girls version of that school. And that was my first time living in the South End of Louisville, man. I'm originally from the West End, but that was my first time being in the South End, and I had no idea that they gangbang the way that they do on the South End. I had no idea of the violence that was going on in the South End, man. Like I said, the South End, that's when I first saw the body back behind my house at a very young age. That's when I first started carrying a pistol at that age. I got into a lot of just horrible things at a very young age, to sum it up, man. Robbing, stealing, selling drugs, just carrying a pistol around at all times. And I was not scared to use that pistol. But going through all the things that I went through, it really had a very traumatic effect on a young man's life. Shortly after me experiencing and seeing that body laying behind my house, man, that's when I first started experimenting with marijuana. It's the first time I ever started experimenting with marijuana at all. And I didn't realize that I was using that to medicate what was going on with me, but I didn't have any kind of healing. See, back then, it's not how it is in today's world, where people go to therapy and, your parents would take you to a doctor and take you to have someone talk to you when something happened. It was just like something that happened in the hood. And I realize everyone that watches this channel is not from a street background. That's not the way that you were brought up. But each and every one of us has had traumatizing or life-altering experiences. It's just natural for each and every human being as you go through life that you're going to have some things that really impact you in an emotional way. Now, back to the medication analogy I used earlier. When you take that medication, when you have a cold, your body has that natural immunity that starts to fight off that disease, fight off that illness. But you don't have a natural immunity that occurs that's going to heal you from trauma that you go through in life. You don't have a natural immunity that's going to repair you spiritually when you have a broken spirit, when you went through certain things in your life. And for some people, it may not be the streets, but it could be that you were sexually molested as a child. It could be that you were abused as a child. It could be that you went through devastating loss at a point in your life. It can be that you're just not in the place that you want to be at in life right now, and you're beating yourself up about it daily. But you cannot heal when you're just slapping a Band-Aid on a gun wound, man. That's exactly what smoking weed, popping pills, drinking lean, all these things I've done personally in my life to heal myself. Really, I was just medicating myself, man. I was putting a bandage on a bullet wound and hoping that it would just heal up. I was just putting a Band-Aid on it. But I never fully took that chance, that moment to heal. And at that age, I did not know how to heal. But I feel like with me going through all these certain things in life, man, and having to learn to really take that time to heal and how to heal properly, it's only right for me to pass this off to other people as well. I know that there are people around my age, man, and I know there are people that are older than me, younger than me, that's watching this channel. And it's so important for me to drive this point home with y'all, man, to really learn to heal. And don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Man, I just started going through therapy in my late 20s in life, man. It's no way, because back when I was younger, it was such a stigma around going to therapy. Such a stigma around it, and you start to normalize and think that these things is how it's supposed to be. But that's the reason why we're running to that next blunt, the reason why we're running to that next drug, the reason why we're trying to pop those pills, why we're trying to drink that lean, man. But I'm telling you, man, I just put out a video the other day. I said the time is now. The time is right now. See, we're already at a place where it's hard enough financially then to add drugs on top of it, man. To add drugs on top of it. Back in the day, you know, and it starts off small because when you become a chronic marijuana user, pill popper, whatever it is, man, it starts out small. So the financial impact is not that high. I know back when I first started smoking weed, man, you could get, it wasn't the loud and all this stuff. It was just mid or it was perp. It was regular weed or it was perp. That was it. And the perp was something that you just did on occasion when you want to show out. But on the regular, man, people were smoking regular weed, $5 bags. That's what you were getting. $5 bags, get you a nice little size bag, and you can smoke on that. But now in today's world, how it's going, man, you got people paying $10, $15, $20, $25 a gram just for a gram. You go out and get you an ounce. If you're one of those people who smoke an ounce a week or an ounce every couple of days, whatever the case is, man, you are spending so much money on putting it into this drug, man. The pill prices have went up. The cost of lean has went up substantially. I told y'all before, if you watch my previous videos, there was a point in my life where I had an addiction to lean, drinking lean. And back in the day, when I first started, it was about $20 a line. A line is an ounce. An ounce of lean, $20. Now, I had friends that were, back in the day, getting it certain kind of ways to where I could get it $10 a line. But now, when you look at the prices of coating, I mean the real cough syrup, which is few far and in between right now. I don't know what these dudes are drinking on now, but it's not out there like that, like people think it is. Man, people will pay. It's to the point now, like I said, I could get it for $10, $20 a line. Now people paying $100, $200 a line, an ounce. An ounce, think about it, man. Your regular little 20-ounce pop, soda, whatever you call it where you're from, is 20 ounces inside of that bottle. Divide that by 20. Just an ounce of that. People are paying $100, $200, $150 a line for this same drug that they started back when they were younger. That's why so many people now are popping pills and stuff, man. And it's the people that you least expect. Don't think that, you know, you have to look a certain kind of way or be from a certain kind of background to become addicted to a substance, to become addicted to a drug, to become addicted to marijuana, whatever it is, man. People come from all different kinds of backgrounds. There's been all kind of people that comment on these videos. That it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, if you're Indian, if you're 50, 40, 30, 20, 12. So many people they come from all different backgrounds, man. And all of us are just trying to medicate something instead of healing it. And I want to encourage you. I want to ask you this thought, man. Just answer this to yourself. What is it that you are needing to heal from in your life? What is it that you're trying to run away from? So many people, I saw somebody comment on my video and say, you know, I like that fog. I like that fog that I have when I'm high. But why do you want that fog around you? I mean, what is it in life that you want to get away from, that you want to be in this fog? Because I'm going to tell you, man, once you get sober, once you really start to experience life the way it's supposed to be experienced, you want to live it and experience it to the fullest, man. You want to be able to go out and have memories, like fond memories, where you're not inside this fog. I told you before in prior videos, I would stay away from certain friends, certain family members, just because I didn't want them to see me high. And I couldn't fully be inside that moment, fully enjoy that moment, because I'm in this fog. I'm not really taking this all in for what it should be, man. And again, man, I just want to encourage you. Know where I'm from. Know my background. I haven't told y'all 2% of my life and the things of what I've been through. Regardless of what it sounds like, I know what I've told you in this video and other videos, but that's just a very small portion of my life, man. I've been through a lot in my life. Just about every single thing that you can think of. But when I started having those dreams, I started to realize, man, you have a fear of these things happening to you. You have a fear of karma coming back on you. You're trying to run away from your conscience and from the spirit inside of you that's telling you that you are wrong for doing these things. Because you knew it back then, but now as a grown man, you understand it even more. And I just want to ask you all to just take a moment and think about this, man. What is it that you are medicating, but you're not fully healing from? And then go an extra step and start to figure out how it is that you can actively heal these things within you. Whether it's therapy, whether it's you getting out, just talking to the right people, putting yourself into the right situations, really doing a lot of self-reflection, figuring out your fears, figuring out your anxieties, how to deal with these things in a more positive and constructive way, man. Because in all actuality, and I try not to put people down because I've been in this place for 10, 11, 12 years. I do not want anyone to feel like I'm trying to put you down. But I want you to realize that if you're not living life in a place where you can be sober majority of the time, then you're honestly not living life in the best way. You deserve so much more. I deserve so much more. And that's why I decided I've had enough. But you're only going to make that change when you've had enough. When you decided enough is enough, I'm done with this. I want to live my life the best way. I want to live my life in a righteous way. I want to make the most out of this life. I don't know how much time I got, but I want to make the most out of this life, man. Again, I'm not just some guy on YouTube. I'm a real person, a real man who has been through so much in my life, and I completely understand that not everyone has the same struggles in life, but we all have struggles in life. And it's not about what happens to you more so than how you deal with it, man. If you like anything about this video, anything at all, take a moment, go down below, like the video. It helps to get it out to as many people as possible. Also, take a moment, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so as soon as I drop these videos, you get them right there on your computer, on your cell phone, whatever it is you're watching this on, man. 502 King Power, I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. I hope this message was a blessing to y'all as well. I'm out.